help get you engaged and start thinking.
Who knew?
And so, and you can find it online at championsnetwork.co.
Thank you. All right, we only have a couple companies left. So everyone back on your feet. Let's welcome the next company, SoundBYTE.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Dan Kearns, and I am the founder of soundBYTE app. Working with slides is my partner and co-founder, Andre. We are so thankful to be here from Chicago to unveil the new soundBYTE app, which is launching right before your eyes today. soundBYTE is where you can easily share audio snippets of music, random thoughts, funny jokes, sounds of South by Southwest, and much more. This is a micro podcasting app offering up to 14 seconds of audio sharing. Think about the social media apps you use. There's a problem with Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter that you may not have realized. They all require you to fully focus your hands and eyes on the device. But what about the 10 plus hours per day when you're working, driving, cooking, or exercising? soundBYTE will be the go-to social media app while multitasking, as you can enjoy your timeline of audio clips without the use of your hands or eyes. You can also easily share short sound bites with your followers in just a matter of seconds. Our initial target market is the podcasting community, specifically the 57 million avid podcast listeners in the United States. A podcast may last an hour covering just a few topics. soundBYTE in that same hour can offer over 500 audio highlights from hundreds of different sources covering an amazing variety of topics. Right now, as I speak, we are unveiling our shiny new app for all of you to see firsthand. Once we build a large and loyal user base, soundBYTE will generate revenue with intermittent audio ads similar to Pandora, as well as promoted accounts, hashtags, and sound bites. We have an incredible team. Andre built, scaled, and sold a digital record company just a few years ago. Javier, our co-founder and CTO, has over 17 years of developing experience, including 8 social apps. We also have a very strong team of investors and advisors. My experience includes starting 3 websites as well as working with 4 companies of different sizes and stages. I also started a sports podcast, which was expensive and time-consuming, leading to my realization that there has to be an easier, faster, better way to share and listen to this kind of content. This podcasting pain point, along with my passion for social media and the realization that humans now have the attention span of a goldfish, led to the birth of soundBYTE's micro-sharing of audio concept. Going forward, our team is focused on learning from our users while ultimately expanding our user base to people of all walks of life around the world. To sum it up, soundBYTE is where you can easily consume social media while multitasking, and soundBYTE is quicker and easier than podcasting. This is the new soundBYTE app. Be informed and be entertained anytime. Thank you for the opportunity to launch soundBYTE with you today.
Can you walk me through, so I have a 40-minute commute to work. Tell me how I would use your app can I tee up what I want to listen to? Can I set up a playlist? Tell me how that would work.
Absolutely. So one of our target markets is definitely the people with long commutes. And you can easily tee it up, press play on the first soundbite on your timeline, and it'll play the soundbites in succession without you having to engage your hands or eyes on the device.
I'm going to be the old man skeptic here. Do we really need another sharing app? And if we do, what validation do you have that this is the thing people want?
We think our biggest differentiator is the multitasking aspect. So kind of like I said, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, a lot of the other apps are so visual, and you have to engage your hands and eyes, so you have to fully derail from what you're doing. Whereas soundBYTE, you can plug in the headphones while you're at work, you can play the Bluetooth while you're driving, you can play it while you're exercising. So we think people will have a want for this, a desire to listen to it. There's definitely plenty of podcast listeners out there. Pandora has 82 million users, including 4 million subscribers, 100 million on Spotify. So we'd like to generate some attention from those apps and not necessarily compete with the other social media.
So that was a hypothesis you just posed, which is a great hypothesis. But what validation do you have that any of that might possibly be true at this stage and where you're at?
Sure, so we've been in beta for over a year now, and we just launched on the App Store last week, so we are available. And we've gathered tons of feedback from hundreds of users throughout our beta testing process, and now we've gotten the technology to where we want it, and we're hard launching here today.
What's the frequency of repeated use of those beta users?
The retention is somewhat low at this point, and the main concern is content generation. So one of our primary focuses right now, early on, after just launching, is having content generators and experimenting with different subject matter, whether it's cooking, sports, politics, and seeing what catches on, and then we'll narrow our focus to those micro niche audiences.
Where do you make your money? Do the podcasters pay you a subscription, or how do you get paid?
There could be a subscription play similar to Pandora, and then the other similarity to Pandora is the intermittent audio ads. So if you're in your car on your 40-minute commute and you press play and they're playing in succession, there could be a quick 14-second audio ad embedded in there.
What are your safeguards against Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat being like, and now we do audio?
Well, we've looked at that and we've noticed that Twitter, Facebook, Google, they're not really in the business of really copying other concepts. They prefer to acquire them. So that could be a good exit for us, but we're just going to move as fast as we can. Our only advantage is speed to market, just like a lot of other products. So we're going to move at lightning speed to get ahead of the game in any competition that tries to come up from behind.
What lessons have you learned or pitfalls have you identified in either slow or rapid growth, depending on one's opinion of podcasting, and how that might apply to the current, what you're building?
So we saw that podcasting, the listener base grew 23% from 2015 to 2016, 250 million podcast listeners worldwide. So we definitely plan on attacking that audience. Like I said, identifying micro niche groups within the podcast listening community. And we believe that a lot of those podcast listeners will gravitate to SoundBYTE for the brevity, the 14-second maximum audio clip time, and the variety of the content.
Why has nobody else done this? It seems like every other format of media has turned into there's at least one mega player in each of those. Why has, other than SoundCloud, been long form? Why has it been in short form audio?
I've been asking myself the same thing for a couple of years now, and I'm amazed that nobody else has tried this micro-sharing of audio concept. Obviously, micro-sharing has been proven with Twitter, Instagram, and then audio has been proven with podcasting, music, obviously. So we're surprised as well, but we believe that it's just been overlooked and there's a void in the market, and we plan on filling that void.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, that's the part that I'm struggling with, is that I get the micro sharing of images and short videos and things like that because it's sort of adjacent to some of the platforms that are on there. It feels like the content that you see in the podcasting world, I need to hear more about the validation side of that you've heard more from some of those beta users, that they say they actually want deeper content than just a joke that their buddy told.
Yeah.
Quick answer, because we're out of time, then I'm going to ask you the last question. Go ahead.
Quick answer on that one. So we believe that people will like the variety of content, like I said. Instead of a long hour-long podcast that only has one or two topics, you'll get a variety of topics from different sources, including your own friends and celebrities, and voices that you kind of warm you up when you hear them.
Cool. How can this smart and charming room full of people help you build your company?
The biggest help would, again, be exposure. Please go on the App Store if you have an iPhone or iPad, download SoundBYTE. Actually, during the break, we just saw that Evan Turner, an NBA player, just signed up on SoundBYTE 45 minutes ago. So follow Evan Turner, and we're excited about the exposure, excited about the South by Southwest platform. So thanks again for having us.
All right.
We haven't picked on you yet. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Kaufman?
Cool, great. From the Kaufman Foundation, for those of you, probably many of you are familiar with the name, let me tell you a quick backstory. Marion Ewing Kaufman started a pharmaceutical company in his basement in Kansas City with a loan of $5,000. Sold it for multiple billions of dollars. A number of years later, and in that spirit, was asked what made the difference, and it was his ability to be an entrepreneur and have a great education. So that's what the foundation focuses on. Historically, the Kaufman Foundation has done all